Thank you. Can you guys hear me now? Let's see. Zark, can you guys hear me now? All right. Let's see. Yeah, I moved my mic around again to do some sound tests. Guess I forgot to connect it to the right input. But yeah, tonight we are doing another build, or another software build of things. The exclusive E8.5 TKL. We'll be doing from the ground up build, putting it into QMK firmware first, and then into VIA. Alright, but before that, we're going to answer the most important question. What is Merlin drinking tonight? Let's see, tonight Merlin is drinking another cider, actually. I actually didn't have any ports today. Like, I didn't have any ports. I didn't really want to drink a whiskey tonight or anything, so I figured I'd just drink another cider. You guys remember this? This is the Wizard cider. Look at that, the Wizard. Very, very fitting, don't you say? This is from Schilling Hard Cider Company. This is a blackberry pear cider. Do you guys remember I talked about this a few weeks ago, in which I was like, if you've never been to the Seattle meetup, we usually hold it at a university called Seattle Pacific University. And this particular cider house is roughly a 10-minute walk. Yeah? So I bought a 6-pack a couple months ago, and it looks like my mic keeps lifting up. Let's see if I can fix that up just a tiny bit. Yeah. There we go. That's what I get for trying to do a sound test. Porting via cider, yeah. That's probably not so... It's not as... What do you call that? It doesn't sound as good as porting via ports, in my opinion. Here we go, let's get started here. If this is your guys' first time viewing this, I do builds, like a majority of other keyboard people on Twitch, except I do it on hardware end and on software end. And tonight is software end. I'll be talking about how to do this entire process. Coding via cider. Interesting, yeah? Right here, let's talk about what we're doing here, guys. So a few weeks ago, Exclusive sent me a few PCBs, including the S7 Elephant, which I ported last week. Hopefully that's made it into QMK and VIA by now. Let's see. And now he's also sent me 3 of his PCBs. These are all actually the same board, just different variants of the board. He has a Hotswap TKL. That's your standard TKL layout. He's got, let's see, let's try and get this in order here. Hotswap TKL. He's got another Hotswap TKL. This looks to be a 7U spacebar, Sangan layout. Still a 2U backspace. Still a 2.75U right shift. So it's really only the bottom row that has changed with this. Yeah. And last but not the least, an actually fully soldered board. This one supports all the layouts available on the 2 Hotswap boards. You can see the 4 1.25U keys here and the option for 3 or for 1.5, 1, and 1.5. And yeah, this one actually supports split backspace as well. Cool, cool, cool. Tonight's software build, will focus only on one of these PCBs, because we can't do all of them. There's just not enough time. Well, I could, but I'd probably be here for... See, it takes roughly an hour and a half to do one of these boards. Hour and a half to 2. So to do 2 boards, I'd probably be here for, what, 5 hours? So yeah, we are only going to focus on one of them. The standard layout, oh, it's this guy. the standard layout E8.5 Hotswap. There we go. Let's see, before we continue, who is on tonight? I see quite a few people on tonight. Zark, Xenophobia, JHS, Yakbats. Thanks guys for joining in. Thanks guys for joining in. Hope you are all doing well. Yeah, this has been a good week for me. As you know, I'm just recently recovering from having my house somewhat flooded. So I've been here for almost a week again, so it's good to be back home. And because I haven't been coming home, I've actually missed a lot of packages. Just to give you guys a heads up, some of the packages I received are these two lovely switches, both from Novelkeys. I got 100 creams right here for some future build, and 100 blueberries. Blueberries are basically just creams, but tactile. So yeah, I've actually never bought any of these before. Like, you guys remember my Series 60? That's simply a cream housing, but this is probably the first time I've owned a complete cream switch. Yeah. And if you guys remember my Discipline 65, I put Razor tactile stems in them just to see if I could make a tactile cream switch. But now I guess this is a legit tactile cream switch. Pretty heavy, I'd say. Just on the single switch feel alone, I can already say, don't laugh at me guys, but I think I prefer my Razor tactile stem in a cream housing a lot better. We'll see, we'll see. I actually don't know what boards I'll be putting this into. I just bought them just because they go so fast. And I just don't want to be in that position where when I want something, I can't buy it. So I figure I just buy it just to prepare myself, you know? Worst comes to worst, I can use these for like giveaways and stuff. Or if a customer wanted to build a board with any of these switches, but they just couldn't have the switches quite yet, they could just contact me and be like, Merlin, can I buy those blueberries or can I buy those creams from you and have my board built? And I'd be able to say yes. Scott Water says the blueberries are pretty bad in hand but are much better on the board. Really? Very interesting. I will have to try that. Maybe I can pull out one of my hot swaps. We'll see. Yeah, but I am excited. Like, they are definitely smelly. Yeah, they smell just as bad as I remember creams to be. Let me smell them. Yeah, they smell very, very plasticky. Bah. How often do I stream? I stream 4 times a week. Overdrive says, what's up? What's up, man? Thanks for joining in. I do a via QMK stream on Tuesdays. I do a whatever stream on Thursday. Usually it's a gaming stream. Saturdays is a build stream, and Sundays is a news stream in which I talk about all the upcoming group buys and all the ending group buys for the week in front of us. You popped up in my recommend, so I'm here to check you out. Thanks, man. Thanks for following. I see you. JHS, I see you following as well. Thanks, man. Alright, well, let's see. Oh, disclaimer, I did buy creams to begin with because the same customer who sent me this board, he's been a repeat customer of mine. On one of his boards, the E7 he had creams in it, and I quite liked them. So I was like, you know, I'll give them another try. Who knows? New Motion says, what's your keyboard there? If you do exclamation point keyboard, you will see whatever keyboard I have in front of me. But this one in particular is a customer build. This is a Jupiter 75. I believe it's the only 75% Bluetooth board in our community. This went on group buy back in was it July? July on Z Frontier for about 290 bucks. Yeah. 290 bucks for the kit. I think you had to buy like your own battery or something. See, that's actually the light for the Bluetooth chip. Just to show that it's turning on, but, you know. Okay. What are your personal favorite linear switches? I think my all-time favorite linear switch, the one that I always try to buy a lot of, is Gateron Yellow. I like it so much that that's what I put on my TGR Jane. But lately, I've really liked Gateron Ink Blacks and Alpacas. Yeah, this Saturday I should be doing an alpaca build. Finally putting it on my Xeno. Alright guys. So before you get a board into QMK, you actually need to know how it's all put together. Actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about this board. Let's talk about this E8.5. Let's talk about it. Let me bring that up real quick so you guys can all see. This board yeah. So Exclusive was kind enough to send me the PCB. So I figure, hey, it's a Hotswap board. I could probably put some of these on just for testing. Alright, here we go. This is the E8.5. The group buy occurred in November of 2019. It is a TKL. If you've never heard of Exclusive, he is responsible for quite a few boards, quite a few high-end boards in our community, such as the E7V1, the E6.5, the there's like so many of them right now. Last I looked at the QMK repo, I counted 7 boards. Yeah, so this is the E8.5 completed. You can see there seems to be a brass type weight or accent the right side there. Really nice board, I'd say. That's the polycarb edition. Very pretty. Just a regular aluminum right there. So many photos. Polycarb with the pink plate, I see. There we go. Pictures of the bottom. You've got Exclusive's logo right there. Then you've got this back plate of sorts, this back weight. That reminds me of the TGR Jane, actually. The TGR Jane has the same thing. You know, I've seen lots of Exclusive boards, and typically when you, I know I'm making like a generalization here, but a lot of boards that you buy from China, QC is quite poor. You know, like you'll see nicks, you'll see scratches, but when it comes to Exclusive's boards, he's very meticulous on that QC. Now let's see, how much did this board go for? Looks like it closed on the 15th, November 15th. You had the option for polycarb, aluminum, PVD accents, 7-degree slope. Inner middle for gasket mount, very nice. Solder PCB and Hotswap available. You got the choice of purple, gray, or green, E white, E black, or E pink. Plate had roughly the same colors. Top accent, you could also pick colors, dang. And side weight, the same thing. The estimated price, actually I think that was the price, $365. And you had the option to get the FE version. The limited FE version. Only 10 available for $888. Why 888? I don't know. I think, okay. So 8 in Mandarin is pronounced ba, which also rhymes with another word, fa, which means fortune. So I guess I don't know, maybe he tried to make it a fortuitous number. Who knows? 888. But yeah, you had all of these other options. You could get a titanium plate as well for 55 bucks. Holy crap. Brass accents, extra PCB, all that good stuff. I have not heard of anyone receiving this board quite yet. So the verdict's still out if this was really good or not. Let's see. Let's look at the very last comment. That should give us an idea. The last comment on this post was okay. Looks like in May. It's still not in. Update 1 on June 1st. Top case now already finished 45%, bottom case 30%. So this board is not in any user's hands. Okay. So I guess this is good that we are doing the coding for it today. Hopefully it'll be merged by the time it gets into customers' hands. We shall see. There we go. Alright. So to begin this, like I said, you need to figure out how this board comes together, how each of the switches are connected. Sometimes the person who sends you the PCB will also send you schematics, so all you have to do is look at it and, you know, draw a diagram. But in some cases, they won't tell you how it's put together, so you have to do it yourself. Occasionally, you can be super lucky. Here, let's see. Occasionally, you can be super lucky, and you can see the traces on the board. Like this, you can see that most of these boards, most of these switches are part of the same column. If you flip it around, you can kind of see that they're all part of the same row. But we don't really know that. The only way to really know is either if you have a schematic or if you have a handy multimeter. So let's figure that out. Yeah, I recently changed my multimeter. My multimeter of 5 years recently crapped out on me. So I had to go take a visit to Home Depot. Picked up some of these Klein tools, MM400. Alright. Perfect. Let's see. I like to have here one of these guys up. Basically what I'm going to do here is on the, here we go. If you click on the properties tab, this is keyboard layout editor. On the top legend, I like to put the column pin, and on the bottom legend, I like to put the row pin. And I'm going to do that while I let's see, while I look at this particular diagram. So here we go. See if I can set this up properly. There we go. You guys can see what I'm doing. JHS says, where are you located? I am located in Seattle, Washington. Killed Fishy says, should I lube my Milky Blacks or wait for the H1 restock and make Milky Top H1? I think that would be very cool. I've never actually heard of anyone doing it. But I would encourage you to, because that sounds like a really nice switch. Though I think H1s already sound good, so you putting a Milky Top on is just maybe, you're maybe improving it by like 1%. Who knows? Definitely let me know when you find out. Okay. We are going to start... Yeah, let's start with the columns. That seems to be the easiest. Column. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay. Awesome. That was easy. It's gonna sound a little bit like bingo here because all the pins are like B, A, C, stuff like that. Hello. Okay. It's the 5th pin. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pin 18. That is D0. Okay. Sure. Let's do D0. Column D0. Killed Fishy, thanks for following. The 4th pin. That is D1. Okay. D1. With any luck, it's just going to be D2, D3, D4. Hopefully. Maybe. Yep, it's D2. You're looking good. D2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good thing this is the Hotswap board. I don't have to worry about any other layouts. Can do this relatively quick. D3. D4. One, two, three. Yep, that's D4. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, okay. That's what I messed up on. If you follow the microcontroller, it jumps from D3 to D5. So that's actually D5. The following is D4. Ah. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about this entire process, or about keyboards in general, feel free to ask. If I don't see it, make sure you tag me. But this entire process while streaming takes about hour and a half till 2 hours. So I'll be here for a while. D6. There we go. Got the space bar. I've been taking some time last couple days doing SVG images of QMK MCUs. Ooh. Then you're gonna throw them in one of your repos for reference. That would be super handy. D7. Great. D7. B4. We're at the B4s now. B4. Hey man, Javon, thanks for joining in. Tonight I'm doing the E8.5 PCB. Exclusive sent me this himself so I could get working. 49 raiders from Hugo Keys. Holy crap, thanks man. Hugo and Pudsey viewers. Thanks guys. Thank you so much. If it's your first time on this channel, I do keyboard builds like a majority of all the keyboard Twitch streamers. But the difference with my channel is I do builds on the hardware and the software end. And tonight we are getting another board into QMK and VIA. This is the exclusive E8.5 standard layout Hotswap PCB. Tajleva says, heck yeah, MacMerlin. Hey, thanks for joining in. You rated Hugo, but he was done. You expected me to be modeling duck weights. I think I might have a few in some drawer over here. Are those 9009? Yes, this is EPBT 9009. Show me your hat. You'll see my hat in a bit. More cider reviews. Show me your GMK Holy Panda. Oh boy. GMK Holy Panda. I have original Holy Pandas, but I've just never gotten around to putting them on an actual board. Hugo says, who do I tell when something fails to compile on config.qmk? File a bug. File a bug on our GitHub, and someone will get to you. But if your board supports VIA, I would highly recommend going to caniusevia.com and grabbing the hex file or the bin file from there. It'll make your life so much easier. It's made my life a lot easier. Javon says, I love VIA. Yeah, a lot of people love VIA. See lots of people following Derpy Bird, Dale Snail, Hugo Keys, Pudsey, Arcanic CV. Thanks guys. Thanks for your support. You guys are gonna hear lots of beeping over the next half hour to try and figure out how all these switches come together. Okay. What? That does not make sense, but sure. Okay. 10 peaches. Thank you, man, for your 5 bits. Yeah, right now, since this board isn't even in QMK, I gotta start there before I even get to VIA. He actually sent me 3 boards. He sent me 2 Hotswaps, one for standard layout and one for Sangan, and a soldered PCB. Tonight, we're just gonna do the standard one, and I have a suspicion that the matrix for the Hotswap might carry over to the soldered one. That is my suspicion. Just because exclusive usually does things well like that. So hopefully I'm correct. But we shall see. We shall see. Ah. D2. Okay. Ladies and gents, I think this might be another... Just as I said that, like... This might actually be another wonky matrix. Because D2 is already used by F2. What? It's D1. Okay. D1. That's it. D1. Like I said earlier, you guys are free to ask me questions on what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and anything about keyboards, really. I'll try my best to answer. If I don't, it's probably because I'm head down in this, trying to get this done. Oh, I saw Kralbit in here earlier. Just want to let you guys know that out of all the people who have sent me a board or sent me stuff to port into QMK, Kralbit is actually one of 3 people who have actually sent me a schematic, making my life so much easier. So Kralbit, just wanted to say thanks again for that. Because with the schematic, I just have to look at it and basically copy and paste. It's D2. But there are no good Keeb GBs right now. I need a new board but can't find anything. If you guys check out my Discord, I do have a list of running group buys there. I'm not going to say that it's 100% complete because I don't keep track of everything. But I like to think that I've got at least 95% of them. So I like to keep track of all running Keeb group buys and all running keycap group buys. Luminoctus has followed. Thanks, man. D6. All right. D6. I'm actually going to save this just in case I lose it. Keyboard name E8.5 standard Hotswap. Save. Hold up. Oh, interesting. I just realized something, guys. The layout here, the layout for this quote-unquote standard one is, it reminds me of the TGRCE because it's got that extra key right there. So you've got F1 through F4, F5 to F8, F9 to F12, and you have a miscellaneous key. Then you have like print, scroll lock, pause. Interesting. Okay, cool. Did not actually expect that. But that means I'm going to need to edit this up a little bit. Let's see. Let's align it properly. There we go. We'll add a key right there. There we go. That being the case, that's what I'm missing. So D3 actually goes there. It's just like the TGRCE actually. It's almost like they talk to each other. Okay, I think we're good with that. Things you learn. D5, okay. All right. Just got a few more of these to go. It's also a D5. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a D7. Okay. It's starting to shape up really nicely there. What keyboard am I using? This is a Jupiter 75, non-QMK powered. This is probably one of the only non-QMK powered boards you'll ever see on my stream. Ah, there we go. Interesting. D7, that's what it is. Very cool. What's the difference between GMK and E8.5? They are different companies. GMK is located in Germany. E8.5 is located in China. Until most recently, E8.5 only made PBT keycaps. PBT is a type of plastic. GMK still only makes ABS, to the best of my knowledge. Both of them do cherry profile. GMK is usually more expensive versus E8.5. Arcan says so. ABT is the best plastic for keycaps. PBT, PBT and ABS are just two different types of plastic. Think of it like asking, what is the best meat? Chicken, beef, or pork? It's mainly just preference. Ooh, we have a D0 here. Whoa. This key map is all over the place, or this switch matrix is all over the place. Man. D7. Wow. I'm gonna backtrack a little here. Dang. Okay. Whew. Let's see. Got four more keys right here. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue. That's why it's not beeping. It turned off. Okay, interesting. Interesting discoveries. Alright. Okay, I think I got the columns. Here, just to show you guys what I have so far. Check it out. These are the columns in the E8.5. Things to note. Looks like they spread the columns across the board. For example, pin B4 is connected to 2 columns down the middle here. Pin D1 goes down the F1 column and the very last column of the board. It's not very sequential, I'd say. All right. Japanese Horror Writer tipping 1,000 bits again. Thank you so much, man. Long time no see, actually. Hopefully all this lockdown has been treating you well. Well, as well as it can be. That can't be right. I guess it's correct, yeah. Okay. E6. See what people are talking about here. Xenophobia says the switch matrix is going to be like 11 by 12. Are you using a Philips Hue in the background? Yes, I am. One, two, three. F7. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matrix. Here, I'll show you guys again. Here we go. See? This very top row here, your function row has 2 pins connected to it. You have E6 for half of them and F7 on the other. It's not that it's wrong to do it, just that I've seen a lot of boards just make them all the same, you know, just if it's part of the same row, why not have the same pin connected to the same row rather than mixing it up like this. Who knows? And I suspect it's going to be the same story throughout all of them. So here goes. Yep. Yeah, it is definitely looking like it. I Need to Poo says, hello, Mr. Magic Keyboard Man. Hello to you too. Doing the matrix like this requires fewer GPIO pins in the microcontroller. Sure, but I don't see any other extra things that he needs to do. Like, I'm not seeing anything other than RGB underglow, and I guess that's in-switch backlighting of sorts. Okay. Six, okay. Yeah, so I'm looking at this board. I suspect, well, I would not fault Exclusive for sending me a prototype, but this seems to be a prototype that they hand soldered themselves because the diodes are all crooked, and I see a lot of evidence of hand soldering, including the microcontroller. There's like so much flux residue left on the microcontroller, and all of the hot swaps are the same way. So I suspect this might be something they prototyped, hand soldered, and sent me one of these, which is not a problem, just because, you know, it's not like I'm building an E8.5 anytime soon. B1. Okay, we'll just do half of it for now. B1. B2. Hey man, hope your night is going well. It is going well. This is, even though the matrix is all over the place, this is considered an easier board just because the layout is defined due to Hotswap. B3. And the last row, or at least half the last row. Really? B7. One, two, three, four, five. that's F1. Okay. Sure. F4. See a couple more follows here. Salters, thank you, man. F4. Really? That can't be right. Let's do that count again. Ah, okay. Four. Okay. I think we're at our last one here, guys. Figure it all out. I hope. F5. Okay. Got it. I think we have successfully mapped the entire board. Like McMarlin is dual wielding wands. I know, right? Choo choo! Alright, guys. Check out this switch matrix. Pretty crazy. Look at the rows. So remember, the bottom pin number is the row number, or the row pin. So you can see the rows are split down the middle, and when it gets to this guy right here, this is your right shift, half of it is F1, and then it goes to the arrow keys. It's like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, once we get this into VIA, I can give a more graphical representation of this. It's gonna be zigzagging all over the place. So we don't know about that. Whew! Oh my gosh. Let's see, let's take a few minutes to talk to some people here. Saltified TTV says, just got the GK61 but cannot get stabilizers out. Tried pushing on the tabs, they would push out. They might break if I keep doing that. Also cannot get the plate and PCB out for some reason when I unscrew anything. Do you know why? Some things take a little more effort than you think they do. Like I would just, I don't know, push harder, pull harder. Like it seems like it might break, but it won't. Right, let's see. Whew. Oh man. Yeah, I guess I do have to do one more thing here. I need to figure out the RGBs. What are the RGBs connected to? Once we figure that out, we can actually get to coding this. Let's see. To figure out the first LED in the sequence before I can map it to the microcontroller. Okay. Sure. Whew, this is difficult. And he has these big solder joints on it, so it's harder to actually lay my leads flat. It's so tiny. Okay. I think I got it. Okay, we got it. Whew, that's difficult. Shoots. It's really hard to figure out where the chain starts and ends here. Okay. I can't poke at it properly right now, but I'm assuming that that particular RGB underglow LED is the start of the chain. So I'm trying to figure out how the microcontroller is connected to it, and I can't seem to do that right now, so I will go back to it later. Alright, let's actually try and code up this board and get this board into QMK. Alright, first things first, I need a USB-C cable because these boards are USB-C. Let me grab a spare one. Grab another. Man, this is a serious time thing. It is. It's, you know, learning how to do this. Now, we've been at it for a little over an hour right now. We actually already have the matrix tracing done, which is the longest part of the porting process. Right, so before I do anything, you know, it's a Hotswap board. Why don't I try blueberries? Let me just plug this in with blueberries just for show. Let's try it. So normally you do not want to PCB mount a Hotswap, but while we're here, we might as well do it. Just because I'm so curious, super curious. Yeah, these are blueberry creams. Just blueberries, I guess. Tactile creams, NK blueberries. This way I can claim I built one of the first exclusive E8.5s in America. Built, you know, built, because I'm literally only just putting PCBs, or putting switches on a PCB. As built as I can say this. Oh man, I can already see that. Yeah, Kale Hotswap sockets are interesting. Consider this a partial build stream, if you will. A partial build stream of an E8.5. Yo, I've got so many like working PCBs but no case. I feel bad selling them just because I did get them for free. But I should probably advertise them as, hey, this is the first board to run QMK. The first board to get VIA working on it. Yeah, if I had any CNC skills, I could probably make a case for it myself. What's the price? Well, if it's the first board to run QMK, or the first board to run VIA, I would say it's at least worth an additional 30%. I think we should depend on Merlin as a place to find backup PCBs. I usually only have one PCB. are here. Put V on your first board yesterday. Hotswap tofu. Yeah, I would like to test the PCB first before I do any kind of firmware development, because, you know, there's a chance that I break the board with my firmware. So I'd like to verify that it's not broken to begin with. And Chokan, I have not seen you in a cool minute. I still have all of your videos recommended, but they're all from like, what, a year or two ago at this point? Are you still in Japan? The only part that I don't like about VIA is that the Windows key still puts the start menu in the tester. Still pulls the start menu in the tester. Oh. Well, you can request that. You know, you can request that that be changed. Fell off the YouTube map for a while. Still very much in Japan. Yeah, I know. YouTube can get very tiring. Like, I've noticed ever since I started Twitch, I actually really don't like editing videos. Takes so much of my time. Like, I like filming videos, I just don't necessarily like editing them. I feel like if I had a lot of money, I'd just be like, here, Mr. Video Editor, just edit all my content. Plus it's like if you want to shoot in 4K, you need like so much storage. So much storage on your computer. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the first partially built exclusive E8.5 here in the United States. Fully PCB mounted. Alright, let me check that the PCB actually works before I do any programming. Let's see, test keyboard. Boom. Alright, this is a USB-C board. Ooh, RGB turns on. Very cool. All RGB LEDs seem to be working, even the front ones. Hopefully by the time I finish QMK, it will still be working. go. All right, let's do this. Ah. Key doesn't do anything. Oh, these switches are so scratchy. Holy cow. Okay. I might not do a blueberry build after all. Wait a second. This key has no caps lock. This board has no caps lock. Holy crap. No way. There is no caps lock key here. Prototype. This is prototype for sure. So what in the world did I put for caps lock? How did I figure that out? D0, B2? What? No way. Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out later. Essential keys only. Okay. Let's see. As you guys can see, there seems to be a few missing keys. So I'm hoping that that's because it's a Hotswap board and I just screwed up the placement. We'll try it out. We will try it out. Let's see, which keys was that? It was this guy right there. He looks like he's been placed properly. Okay. Yep, he's not registering. It's not registering. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to short it from the back. Let's short this from the back. Not being shorted either. 1, 2, 3, key 4. What? Okay. It seems as though the Hotswap socket itself isn't connected. Okay, this is turning into not a firmware build, but more of a fix the board kind of build. Let me, jeez. Okay. Let's turn on the soldering iron, go from there. But I sincerely hope that this is just a prototype and is not a accurate representation of all the E8.5 PCBs. Because if that's true, this is pretty garbage, guys. Look at that. Look at how many keys are missing. That's Kale Hotswaps, guys. All right. We are just gonna reflow one of these sockets. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay. Basically, I fixed the tilde key right there. Hopefully that changes things, because if not, even if I were to get this board programmed in QMK, I'm not confident how far I can get. All right. Here goes. Let's test that tilde key after I refloat it. It's dead. It's dead. Xenophobia says, which soldering iron is that? This is the Weller WS51. I've had it for close to 10 years at this point. Man. That's disappointing. Alright, let's see if it can fix these other keys, like the spacebar, right? Spacebar. I plugged it in correct. You know, there's also the chance that this is not programmed at all. So, dang, that's just... Spacebar should at least do something. There. Let me reflow the spacebar as well. Man, this might be one of 2 instances where the PCB that I got is a broken PCB. All I did was reflow the socket again. Let's check the spacebar. Come on, spacebar. Nope. No spacebar. Crap. Okay. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna clean off the PCB. Sometimes you just need to clean it off. Let me grab my alcohol and a toothbrush. See, Reckon says, I'm fairly new to Max and I'm ready to get a premium board at 500 to 700 budget, not including keycaps. All I want is RGB and the PCB. Any recommendations? Let's see, what's coming up next these days? What is coming up? You just missed the Key Cult group buy, because that would have fallen in your budget. I think if you like 75s, pay attention to the Evolve. In terms of 65s, let's see what's happening. Oh, 65s, there's a 66 key keyboard. It's the 660 layout. It's the one that's being run in Korea right now. It's called the King Kong 660. That one's only like 300 bucks. It would fall within your budget. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am taking a toothbrush, coating it with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to clean off the excess flux that could result after soldering. And since this is a hand soldered board, well actually I can already see all of the excess flux. Excess flux can potentially corrode, so it's important to clean all of that off. And I'm wondering that maybe it's just this excess flux that's causing all the shortages. But who knows? This is... Yeah, I'm mainly cleaning the microcontroller because that's where I see all of the flux on. Maybe if I clean the offending Hotswaps as well, that might make a difference. Who knows? Who knows? Xenophobia says scuffed PCB. I know, right? I really hope that this isn't an indication for all the other E8.5 owners, because if this is, a lot of people are going to be really disappointed. Alright, let's test that again after some minor cleaning. If this still fails, I don't know what to do. I guess I could still attempt to write code for it, but it's not like I'd be able to 100% test my code. Yep, that spacebar is dead. Yep. Yeah. It's no good. It's no good, guys. Oof. Okay. This goes into my dead PCB pile. Oh man. What a disappointing end. What a disappointing end. How does your build services? Would I have to buy my own parts, or do I just tell you what I want? You would have to buy your own parts and send them to me. I don't typically buy parts for people because there's no guarantee that I can get them, and I would be liable for them. Axlot says all that work. Well, yeah, I think for the most part, I got it right. It's already 9:05 here in Seattle, Washington. I think I can still write firmware and potentially still get it going. I've seen some cases in which the QMK firmware works better and actually fixes some of these issues. So, not sure. Not so sure. Here, let's just do this really quick. What a shame. What a shame. Good thing I've got 2 more PCBs. The soldered one will most likely work better, hopefully. It reckons, what do you think of the Think 6.5? That is another good option. Okay, let's get to coding. Let me set things up here, guys. Let me set things up. Oh, hold on. I will be quiet. Let's borrow from Mr. Keebs really quick. Alright, I'm going to teach you guys a shortcut to writing your firmware so you don't have to actually write it yourself. Here you go. So once you have this, in which the very top is the column pin and the bottom is the row pin, you can go to raw data. Actually, hold on. Copy and paste all this info into a tool that Mr. Keebs, another fellow streamer, makes. Here, I'll just post this link into the chat. KLE to qmk.mrkeebs.com. Basically, you would take all this, copy and paste, copy, paste it into this text box, and if you click out of it, it'll tell you all the row pins used, column pins used. Looks like this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 by 9 matrix. You press convert, boom, and you have the layout macro right there. So that's good. We can copy and paste a lot of that. Let's bring up the code right now. Let's bring up the code. All right, here we go. I use VS Code and I'm currently in the QMK firmware repo. I've checked out a branch to do all my development work at, and I've created a new directory within the exclusive directory called E8.5. Now there's also a Hotswap board in there. Now that I know that there's a Hotswap standard and a Hotswap Sanguine, I am considering if I should add another directory in there. Who knows? Yeah. Xenophobia, what do you think I should do? As a fellow QMK collaborator, should I make this directory hotswap_standard and make another one called hotswap_sanguine? Or should this be another directory within the hotswap directory? So hotswap/standard, hotswap/sanguine. Either way is about the same number of like keystrokes. Solji says, is this pre-recorded? Yes, this is pre-recorded again. Xenophobia is not responding. He's probably thinking about it. But anyway, we will trudge on ahead. Okay, so what we need to do here is take all this information. The only pieces of information you want to pay attention to is the row pins, column pins, and this text code right here. So you can go to row pins, copy that, go into, let's see if I got this correct. Go into your config.h, populate the row pins like so. See, look for matrix row pins. You can see this on line 44 right here. Copy and paste. Then do the same with column pins. Column pins right there. Also copy and paste. Like so. Oh yeah, so I've actually already generated a lot of this myself earlier. I had a feeling it might be a more problematic stream, so good thing my census kicked in. So once you have that done, make sure you also populate lines 31 and 32, matrix row and matrix call. I usually like to label this as so I can just look at it and count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and A, because it's hex, right? So this would be a 11 by 9 matrix. Populate that, 11 by 9. Boom. Okay. Next thing you want to do is copy and paste this entire thing. Copy. And go into your keyboards.h file. In this case, since we named the board Hotswap, it's hotswap.h. You can literally just erase all that and paste Mr. Keep stuff. We are almost there. The next thing we need to do is create a key map. And if you generated this using the appropriate tools, you will have a super basic key map with 4 keys in it. We can actually delete all of this. We don't need any of that. Delete. Just make sure you have the pound include and some of the text before it. Making your own key map is quite tedious, so we are going to borrow from QMK. We're actually going to borrow from QMK. We are going to go to QMK's layout directory. Default. This is a typical TKL ANSI. Well, it's not typical because it's got that one extra key. That doesn't matter. We can still borrow the key map. Here, let's borrow this whole thing. Copy. Paste, like so. And for kicks, we'll add that extra key. KCF1. Okay. Let's make sure that the layout macro is named the same, otherwise things will go to hell. See, this one's called layout. The H file is also called layout. That's good. If I did this correctly, I'm 99% sure that I did this correct, but there have been times where I've completely messed up. Here. It'll be make exclusive / E8.5 / Hotswap :default. I will most likely have some compile issues, but I won't know what they are until I press return. And yeah, there we go. Duplicate macro parameter K98. Uh-oh. That's not good. Should not be there. K98. It's cause it's the frickin' same key. Okay, that needs to be fixed. Let me figure out which key that is really quick. Back to the multimeter. That would be 3 rows from the bottom. It's this guy, this row right here. And it is 1, 2, 3, the 4th and 5th from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th share the same column. So 8 is correct, but it's the row that should be different. Yep, the row is definitely different. Okay. It's actually F4. Holy cow. B2. Okay. Okay, there we go. It still doesn't make sense, but whatever. Guessing here, guys. Here, let me show what I'm doing. I believe I fixed the extra stuff. K94. Let's do that make command again. Hopefully everything passes. And of course, KA2. Where are you at? Duplicate macro parameter KA2. Oof. Okay, just because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna pretend that that's actually K83. You can always come back and take a look at all that later once we flash the board. What am I missing here? In file, keyboards, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me look at my notes. I'm probably missing some kind of comma. Okay, yep, yes I am. It's not supposed to be a comma there. What else? Hotswap.h line 42. No comma there either. Backslash and new line separated by space. Really? There we go. That's it. Compile, compile, yes. There we go. It has compiled. Okay. So now let's try and flash this board. Just realized these boards don't have a reset switch of any kind that I can see. Maybe there are pins to reset. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, there's no actual reset button, but maybe there are pins you can short. Oh, and if you guys were wondering, look. There's literally no spot for the caps lock right there. There's nothing there. It's blank. It's completely blank. Don't know what's there. No reset switch. If I do not find anything to short, I'm gonna have to short it on the microcontroller, which I don't particularly prefer, but it is what it is. All right, can't find one. Let me look at my handy little microcontroller diagram. So if you guys are curious how to reset a board that doesn't have a reset switch, and it is an Atmega32U4, what you can do is you can bring up a diagram like this, then you align your PCB for the microcontroller to match this, and you take like a little wire like so, like what I have here, and you want to short ground to reset. So let's see, where's that reset switch? There we go. This yellow guy right there. Reset and ground are really close together, so we can do that. We can absolutely do that. Why is this PCB so difficult? I don't know. That's a question for exclusive. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully I can do this properly. Okay. That should have reset it, maybe. Maybe not. Guess we'll find out. I'm gonna attempt to flash it right now. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Enter. It is flashing. Woohoo! It flashed. Perfect. Okay. The board flashed. I already know things are gonna be a little bit wrong, but there. let's go back to this screen and let's test. Let's test how well I did. Let's test how well I did here. Just to be sure, let's unplug again and plug it back in. Okay. Notice the lights aren't turning back on. Uh-oh. Oh great, look. Nothing's coming on, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go, we got an O. That's not very impressive. That's all we got. All we got is an O. Wow. Guys, I think today's a major fail. Holy cow. Nothing works other than the O. Oh yeah. Oh my word. Major fail. Here, let's just let me just try and type on every single key here. Oh, why? Why works? Why an O? H works too? A? Yo, Yoa, hi yo. Say what words can I type? Ahoy, yes. Here, it's the only thing I can type on this board. I can't even press enter, so I guess I can't type on it. There. Ahoy! There we go. Yeah. Wow, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? I have no clue where I went wrong here. Holy crap. Oof. This might be something I pick back up on Thursday, but oh my god, this is terrible. This is probably the first time this has ever happened. I think Xenophobia has been on for almost every one of my streams. He knows that I never ever failed this badly, but tonight is a major fail. Holy crap. So what does this tell us, right? What does this tell us? Like what does this tell us? This tells us that but I got the A in the right position, I got the Y and the H and the O, they're all in the correct position, so it's unlikely that I screwed up the tracing for the entire row or for the entire column, but yet that's what it seems to say. Also, it used to work with whatever firmware was on it, so I don't know what happened. My god. What happened here, Merlin? You messed up big time. Hey, at least the board's not completely dead, right? Sigh. Does the Mr. Keeb's output actually match up with what the KLE data says? That is a very good point. Here, let's... Okay, K00. Right? K00 would be E6 and D0, right? E6 and D0, that is correct. that's correct. Ohio, yes, I can. Chokan, I always forget, are you in fact fluent in Japanese? Oh my god, guys, this is terrible. I don't know what happened. See, look. Let's look at Mr. Keeb's output. This would be your control key K50. 50 would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B7, D0. You look back at my keyboard layout. Yeah, that's correct. It's correct. There's something else going on with this board. Something else that I do not know. Zanotro says, is it possible for the matrix in a VIA firmware to have an error? The Melody 96 VIA file has the enter and backslash key swapped. Yes, it is possible because creating the VIA firmware is a very manual process. So whoever was making it, it's kind of, you know, like you have to refer to the QMK firmware and like count. So they could have messed things up, possibly. My recommendation to you is to actually build the Melody 96 via QMK configurator, flash the resulting firmware file, and see if it's broken there too. Because it's either going to be broken in QMK configurator, or in the firmware itself, or broken in the VIA file. This is an awesome fail. Yeah, this is probably my first firmware fail, guys. Say, how many of you are watching right now? There are 68 people watching right now. You guys have seen the first Mech Merlin fail. This is, and not just like a Merlin, you forgot those LEDs. It's more like, Merlin, your code doesn't work at all. No, Zenotra, that's not what I mean. I mean, if you were to flash just regular QMK firmware, will it work? I'd like to know if it's wrong there, because as I said earlier, the VIA JSON is constructed from what the QMK tells you. Chokan says we're part of history. Yeah, you guys are part of history. This is a broken PCB. Let's celebrate. Give away the broken board. Yeah, who wants a broken board, right? Guess this goes into my pile of broken. Oh, actually, I don't actually know if it's the board that's broken. I'm reasonably confident in my firmware, but you know, I may be a wizard, but I am still only human. Sigh. I have no clue what happened. I will probably be poking away at this some more tomorrow. If not, I might not do a gaming stream on Thursday and do a work on this some more. This is just, wow. I don't know what happened, guys. There's just, I don't have an explanation. Jeez. Chokan's house. We're part of history. Celebrate. Giveaway. No. Oh. Yeah. Don't know what to do here. Don't know what to do here at all. Let's look at the code. Let me just, maybe the flashing got corrupted, maybe, but the thing with firmware is it either works or it doesn't, and I can see that that at least I can write Yoho and Ahoy and Ohio, so I got at least that part done. It doesn't, you know what, it could be the Hotswaps actually. Could very well be the Hotswaps. Let me try that again. I'm gonna manually short it. let's reset again. Where is my... Here we go. Yeah, at the very least, this escape key should work. But it's not. Yeah, this might be more than... This might actually be a hardware issue. Actually, I have no clue. It's gonna take some digging around for me. Frame that board. Let's see here. Let's just look at my code really quick. Just look at my code. See, look, my rules.mk @meldfu. Yeah. All that looks good. Key map looks good. Yeah, I don't know what could possibly make a board fail in this manner other than hardware. But I'm also doubting it's a hardware issue because it worked even partially before I did the firmware. You know what? I'm gonna try flashing it again. Maybe it is some kind of weird flashing issue. Maybe not. Let's try flashing it. Let's try one more time, guys. And this time I'm gonna turn boot magic on to light, so I can just hold the escape key and oh wait, the escape key might not even work, but who knows. Okay, let's reset this. Okay, that should have reset it. Now we're gonna flash it again. And it is flashing it. There we go, it flashed it. Let's unplug. Plug it back in. Oh, still works. Nothing else works though. Yeah, nothing's working, guys. Done. I'm gonna do one more test. So I've set it so that I just have to hold the escape key to flash. So, well, it's not really the escape key, but I've set it so that the key in row 0, column 0, which is here, whatever it may be, will trigger the bootloader. Okay. So now I should be able to flash it. Bootloader not found. Okay. That's not hitting it either. Okay. That didn't work. Okay, just as a gut feeling, I'm gonna try the other Hotswap. Not gonna flash it. I will do this. Okay. Let's test it out first. This is the other Hotswap board. Escape's working right there. Okay, good. Yeah, nothing. Don't know what went wrong. Seriously, don't know what went wrong. Okay. Yeah, I have no clue. No clue! Why is there one RGB LED on? This is the other board. And check it out. This is the Sangan board. It's got a reset switch right there. Well, it's not there, but you know, I guess the production unit will have it on, whereas the standard one does not. Actually, hold on, it does actually. I take that back. There is a reset switch right there. All right, let's try it again. I'm pretty confident that I reset it correctly, but why don't we actually reset it through the reset switch? Didn't see me swap. Didn't see me swap the Hotswap. Okay. Do this again. Reset. Like, there's no reason why it would work this way. I'm just being paranoid that maybe I didn't reset it properly. Yep, nope. Still the O key is the only one showing up. Alright, yeah. Don't know what's going on. Maybe I can ping exclusive and be like, hey, can I have that original firmware file? And I'll see what happens there. Shoots. Okay guys, I think I'll be poking away at this a little bit more tomorrow during my free time. And if you guys tune in on Thursday, I'll most likely be poking at it again. Just because I refuse to be defeated. It sucks that this is the very first board that hasn't worked out for me. I still believe that I am not at fault. I've done quite a few of these boards, so you know, I believe I did everything correctly. And even if I did make a mistake, I don't think I would have made a mistake this big. Scott PCB gang, let's go. Xenophobia subscribed to tier 1. Thanks, man. Yeah, not sure at all. I will play around a little bit more. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. I know I wasn't successful today. You guys have all been part of Mech Merlin history, watching my first fail live on Twitch TV. Alright guys, my next stream, as I said earlier, will be Thursday night. I'll most likely be doing more of this. Hopefully I'll be playing a game as well, just because I just bought a new Nintendo Switch game. If you want to know what it is, come join in on Thursday. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys for joining in and watching me fail. Yeah, this is gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna title it, I failed. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. Have a good rest of your week. And hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye guys.